ओके, तो हम आ गए हैं फिर से क्रिम्सन डेजर्ट खेलने के लिए। गेम एडिक्टिव तो नहीं रहा एक्चुअली। द थिंग इज ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं मिला मुझे खेलने के लिए। सो मैंने सोचा कि यार एक बार और खेला जाए। मेरे ख्याल से सिर्फ 2-3 घंटे खेलने से यू कांट रियली गिव सम ओपिनियन कि कितना अच्छा गेम है। आई गेस इट हैज पोटेंशियल यार। अच्छा खासा अच्छा खासा पोटेंशियल है इसमें। और गेम स्टोरी लाइन और गेम प्ले भी इट्स लाइक अराउंड 100 घंटे का तो है। 100 एंड कुछ तो अच्छा खासा लंबा है यार। ऑडियो इट्स फाइन राइट। ये ऑडियो कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं है। ये है ओके। बहुत ज्यादा लोग खेल रहे हैं यार। उनको पसंद आ चुकी है गेम इन शॉर्ट। सॉरी। Fuck man. क्रिम्सन डेजर्ट वर्ल्ड वाइड 2 मिलियन कॉपीज अब तक सेल हुई है यार। मैंने सुबह देखा था। अब तक पता नहीं कितनी सेल हुई है बट इट्स लाइक क्रेजी यार। कितना ज्यादा पागलपन है। गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री इज लाइक बूम में भाई बूम। अब शायद चल जाएगा। एक एक्सटेंशन का गड़बड़ है मेरे इसमें। सो आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू फिगर इट आउट। फिक्स होता है तो वैलिड या हो गया। देयर यू गो। एंड आई गेस इसको भी ये करना पड़ेगा। हम्म, एक चीज चेंज करनी थी मैंने। क्रीम स्ट्रीमलैब्स पे चेंज करना तो था, चेंज करके देखते हैं, जल्दी से हो जाएगा तो अच्छा है। क्लाउड बॉट क्लाउड बॉट हीरो। नाउ लेट्स ट्राई। चल जा, यस बाबे चल जा, गो, चल गया। ये डाला इसीलिए तो चला ना भाई। बट आई गेस यहाँ पे विजिबल होगा ना। यस यस। ये बंदा जो है, आई मीन
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. With a low
कस्टम लैग क्यों हो रहा है भाई, या फिर
an earring providing the status of a
Okay.
deacon within a Tumbra's followers. It is imbued with a vow's incantation to lure others into the shadows and bind them to eternal darkness.
Nani?
Does it what? Does it do something? It sounds awesome. It's worth 4 silver too. I don't know what contribution is. I don't know if it's a big deal that we just lost it. I feel like it might be. I don't know how easy it is to get that back. Ornate magnifying. You can get it back later easily? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to take all this stuff. Do I have to find a fence to buy stolen stuff? Or can I just sell it? Oh, it's a pain, not easily? Oh. So I may want to consider this. Okay, this is going to be the last thing we take. That's it. That's it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, chat. I'm done. All right, we're going to let the theft thing wear out, and then we're getting out of here. Oh, you can just sell them. Oh, even better. Perfect. $28 copper. Take out 67 copper. This is a bulging. 82 copper. Cool. All right, we got 31 silver. Not too bad. Did I drop that thing by accident? No. Okay, we are officially uncrimed. We're getting out of here. Yeah, I need to, before we do any more stealing, I need to play with this system, and I need to discover more about contribution, how that's going to work, and what I need to do with it. Is there like a contribution screen or like a vendor or something?
यार इतना ज़्यादा लोग कैसे खेल पाते हैं यार?
Do quests and give beggars coin to raise reputation? Okay. There is a vendor at the castle. All right, let's go check this. Thank you, chat. Y'all are so helpful.
No,
So helpful.
push me around, will you? Hey, Justin.
Okay, so the castle is this way?
Don't do that again.
भाई there you go. Watching लोग नहीं आ रहे देख रहे हैं. What's the impression?
All right, so check out how cool this is. So right now I have Unisynth pulled.
Everybody, it is Maddie here today. Let's talk about Crimson Desert. Okay, this is easily, in my opinion at least, the most accurately reviewed game I've seen in a long while between both critics and users. When we saw the 78 Metacritic come in, I think a lot of us went, whoa, maybe a little bit higher, you know, like low 8s at the very least. But look, man, 7 out of 10 experience can hit just right. And this is such a love it, hate it, hot, cold experience. I can see exactly why it pushes a lot of people away as well as brings a ton of people in. And that's been reflected by the players. On Steam, it's currently at a mixed rating. And I'm like, yeah, I totally see how we're getting there. Where I'm at right now is I'm just scratching the surface of this game after 10 hours is such an interesting checkpoint because I am so in on so many levels where I am ready to log that 100+ hours and fall completely head over heels in love with Crimson Desert because there are these moments of pure bliss where I beat a big boss, I find an interesting location, I solve a puzzle and go, oh hell yeah, that felt so earned and this game truly has a soul. But there are these moments of friction in between that drive me insane where I feel like I am moments away from just uninstalling the game and saying I will spend my life elsewhere. And all this kind of early onboarding friction reminds me of one game that was also contentious when it came out, although I have a soft spot for it, but I think a lot of people will relate to this one right here. Assassin's Creed 3. Now look, I'm not dogging on Assassin's Creed 3. I have loved it since launch, but I remember when a lot of people were like, dude, the first 6 sequences,
Assassin's
you gotta
Creed
go
is,
through all of this
it's
to
like
actually enjoy what you're
different.
here for with an Assassin's Creed game.
I mean, same genre we can say, but
यार
उसका franchisee and all अगर proper storyline वगैरह देखेंगे is different.
Is rough.
Can't
But then
compare.
finally, it's a mixture of the game letting you go as well as you having the confidence to get out there and just do it yourself.
Assassin's Creed हो गया,
that I really like
then
about this
Prince
game
of
as
Persia
things
भी,
I
if you are
have to
comparing,
complain
it's like
about here and now in this
you
early
can't
onboarding
compare.
process.
Even
The reason I wanted
most
to
of
do
the
these
people they're
impressions is because I
comparing
think
with
it'd be a
KCD.
really interesting checkpoint for where I'm at right now to see how those thoughts evolve as I put in more time into the game, similar to my review for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Many of you saw my checkpoint impressions on that game. 20 hours in, I was like, yeah, I'm fighting a little bit with the realism, even though I know that's what to expect here. By hour 120, I was so deeply in love with KCD2. It was one of my favorite RPGs of all time. So I am no stranger to the early onboarding friction. The question is, with Crimson Desert, is it earned? And more importantly, is it intentional? I want to talk about all of that here and now. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm eager to get your thoughts on Crimson Desert down below. Please do not hesitate to fire away because I got to say, reading opinions all driven through the Abyss artifacts because they're just found and earned pretty organically through playing the game. You'll complete a quest, you'll get an Abyss artifact. You'll explore the world and you'll find a sealed one and it'll tell you complete this challenge like killing 3 enemies with a sword without getting hit. And that Abyss artifact will unseal. And now you can spend that in your skill tree how you'd like. You can spend it on your health, your stamina, your spirit, which you definitely feel in the early going because you are a little
Skill
bit
tree भी हमने
soft,
explore
so
नहीं
that
किया.
health upgrade feels good, but also the stamina. Man, it's just like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. It feels good to upgrade that stamina and get around, fly around a little bit longer, that sort of stuff. But I also like how impactful the perks feel. You know, you spend an Abyss upgrade on a perk and you really do feel that move set truly expand in a meaningful way.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players.
About 10 hours in today, just finished chapter 3, captured some bandits, explored few things, did some quests in the first city, loving it. Most of the people, they're on first chapter, they're saying 8-9 घंटे के बाद भी. Depends in like if you're completing side story as well, then it totally depends, yeah. Like pace पे है after all. If you go fast pace, like main story पे focus रह के if you play, then I guess जैसे वो क्लेम कर रहे हैं लोग 100 आवर्स का है, कोई कोई कह रहा है 150 आवर्स प्लस का है गेम प्ले. एंड इट्स डिफरेंटली, it depends on your gameplay. That's what I mean, in short. Mhm.
Tactical about it. I also like that there were certain moves, like you have to hold the weak attack and heavy attack button at the same time to do this sort of charge attack that can knock back multiple enemies. I unlocked a mule kick that just straight up knocks one dude way back. I unlocked a drop kick by watching another dude do a drop kick. That was sick. You have this force push that you can knock down enemies with and then impale them with a finisher, so that's useful in certain situations. So what you see even early on are these little bits of tech creeping in, and so I like where the combat system is at, even if at times I feel the encounter balancing, like there's this Redevil boss in the early parts of the story I was fighting, and like I think this is a really great boss, but also I don't like that he appears with a bunch of minions at the same time in a very narrow passageway on a hill, no less, where the camera's fighting with me the whole time. Like that stuff can be infuriating. That said, though, back to my point about making an adjustment, I do think there is a level of the player having to adapt to this experience story. Look, if you've watched the Maddie Slot videos where I've been talking about Crimson Desert, my story expectations, you know I had to the floor level expectations. Like I was going in expecting nothing, but I do find this story what I would define as aggressively mid. Like it's in your face kind of mid, and it's there enough in the early going where I have to care about it. And I'm like, why didn't I just get to customize Cliff as my own character if he's going to talk this little? It's also missing some connective tissue where all they needed was a couple of lines of dialogue between certain cutscenes to sort of set up why Cliff knew what he had to do next. But it's such a video game in this way where you can kind of see the narrative design on the back end where like even in the early goings of the game, like Cliff just has this idea of what he needs to do next. Like I'm going to arm wrestle someone and then I'm going to go over here and clean this chimney. I'm going to go over here and do this. But there's no sort of like Cliff saying to himself, oh, what's that chimney smoke over there? I should check that out. And then the quest objective updates. Like it's that little stuff it's missing. But that said, look, I will totally call myself out here. I was against the whole idea of the fast forwarding cutscene stuff, but as this story really started to get on my nerves, I get why this is a feature. I get why it's a feature, man, and it's starting to look mighty appealing already. So I want to reel that critique in from pre-launch coverage and say that I think Pearl Abyss knew, and they're like, hey, if you're like Maddie and you're really getting sick of this stuff and you just want to get to the thing you care about, you're not really TikTok brain for doing that. It's just not very good. Basically what's happening in the story is that Cliff gets betrayed, the Greymanes have been scattered, and that is your vehicle for getting the Greymanes back together and everything that's happening before you, even if a lot of times it doesn't make a whole ton of sense. I wasn't here for the story, so I know a lot of people are going to hear all of this and go like, oh my god, he was expecting The Witcher 3. Nope. I was one of the people saying it's not an RPG. Don't expect Witcher. Don't expect Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm not bringing them up. I'm just saying that, like, even if you're like me and you had low expectations for the story, it is like, wow, they just... To say phoned it in, I think would be even generous. Like, so much to the point that I don't really even care about beating the story. I'm like, can I just unlock enough mechanics to go out into the open world and just do my thing? Because that's all I really care about. Another point of friction, one that I think a lot of you will register as a nitpick, but follow me here because this crops up a lot with the game. And this is why I kind of call Crimson Desert at times Death of 1,000 Cuts, because these are not deal breakers, but when all of this happens enough times over and over and over again, it can really test your patience, and that can be inconsistent game design. No, I'm not talking about a lack of hand-holding here. What I'm talking about is, for example, this very early game puzzle. The game teaches me to enter the room to complete the puzzle, I have to use Nature's Grasp. So I use it, and the game is telling me this is how this ability works, this is what you can do with the ability, and then with a systems-driven game like Crimson Desert, I can now apply that system to something else in the open world, like picking up a big tree and slamming someone over the head with it. Okay, cool. That's a great way to teach the player something. But then the next lesson they teach you, not even like 2 seconds later, you step inside the chamber and you learn about this ability called focus. Maddie, if you want to focus, you hold down the left thumbstick and the right thumbstick. This will slow down time and also allow your spirit to regenerate. So naturally, as the player, I'm led to believe, okay, I'm either going to do one of two things here. To solve this puzzle, I'm going to need to slow down time, or I'm going to need to regenerate my spirit because I'm going to be using a lot of it. And stay with me here. I'm also in front of a bunch of buttons that look identical to the same objects that when I learned earlier what these objects did, I would grab onto them and rotate them. And since I see a power line running through all these, I'm thinking, okay, I have to twist and turn and rotate these so that they all line up just right. But there's nothing really happening in here. There's 3 buttons in front of me, and I'm looking around the room, and this is where it's a combination of me being an idiot, but also I'm kind of led to be an idiot because the game is teaching me a lesson that's not really applicable to the moment I'm in right now. There was no reason for me to focus outside of the fact that I guess if I somehow spent all of my spirit in this room, I could regenerate it. That was basically impossible because this is a stupid simple puzzle once I realized, oh, I'm just going to use that force push all these buttons into place, and boom, the puzzle was done in like a step. Anyway, I don't want to belabor the point any further because I don't want to be annoying about it, but still something I really had to point out. Other points of friction. Let's talk about Crimson Desert's controls.
Chatbots talk. Base 44 is
Controls are the issue. Everybody's complaining like controls are. True, yeah. Controls are like weird, bro. Dangerous है भाई controls.
Very UI heavy. And I think for all people have said about the lack of handholding in this game, I feel like this game
हाँ यार सब लोग सबका वही प्रॉब्लम है. ठीक है, एक बार क्या करेंगे, we'll try with keyboard how it goes and then we'll switch back to the controller. Controller में comfortable तो है यार, but इसके controls is like झमेला है. And by the way, happy Eid. I guess it's Eid in India and in UAE as well. UAE का मेरे ख्याल से कल था. Okay. Okay, hold करके we can. Oh, okay. Map, okay. And नहीं Cancel.
Yeah. Yeah. Ho.
मेन क्वेस्ट पे ध्यान देंगे. लेट्स सी.
Ho. Yeah.
ऊपर जाना है. ऊपर से लेफ्ट.
Ho.
आगे. Chapter 1 completed. Cool. तीन घंटे में चैप्टर कंप्लीट. लास्ट वीडियो में हमने कंप्लीट किया था. Hanan Town. No fast forward. Go to Lion Crest Watchtower. Okay. How can I call? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. How do we call horse?
Did you hear all the grey mates got wiped out?
How long till the shift's over? Payday comes, I'm getting a proper ale. Earned that much.
How do you call horse, bro?
And a fine day to you? I hear the neighboring nation holds gold, silver, jewels beyond measure. Can you imagine such beauty in one place?
Yes, I can. अबे घोड़े को कैसे बुलाऊं मैं? उससे पहले एक मिनट स्किल ट्रीज का देखते हैं. This stamina and this one spirit health. Okay. Energy consumed when performing actions such as dodging and moving. Okay. Okay. Spirit. How should I call my horse? Hmm. अपनी settings में graphics how can I call my horse? अभी इसके कीबोर्ड ये कहाँ पे यार? Inventory. Environment, all inventory, journal, skill, others में अगर मैं आऊँ settings में नहीं यार है ही नहीं जी जी से घोड़ा बुलाना है ठीक है
Is there any man like Marshall Midler in this world?
Do you see me standing here?
no
I wonder if the laundry's dried yet. Looks like rain tomorrow.
Learn your place, scum.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Back off.
Hiya.
आ गए भाई हम defeat the bandits occupying line crest watchtower ठीक है ये भी कर लेंगे यहाँ पे क्या है
Oh, well, fuck you.
I'm in a good mood again today. Feeling light on my feet makes the day pass fast.
बे यहाँ पे कुछ तो है, डिस्कवर करते हैं क्या है।
Furniture lasts a lifetime. Buy something worth keeping.
विंसेंट, इसमें क्या है?
The foundation of good furniture is
Why?
sturdiness.
और इसका क्या करेंगे? वुडन wardrobe, carton skillers evident in design में। भाई इसको कहाँ पे रखेंगे?
Furniture should be built. If you come across any good timber, bring it over, will you?
अच्छा, टिम्बर हम दे सकते हैं विंसेंट के पास भी, which is good, 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 good. I don't think so. यहाँ से जा सकते हैं क्या?
Of all the rotten...
There you go.
Yeah. Oh. Go.
उनको वहाँ पे कहीं पे जाना था ना?
Yeah.
आ जाओ। कौन है भाई? पकड़ना कैसे है भाई इसको? कैसे पकड़े अब तुमको? हैं? आगे खुद ही बैठ गया भाई। यहाँ पे जाना है ना? भाई इतने लोगों को मारना है?
Let me catch my breath. I'll put a hook through you and cook you!
Tired of this.
Come at me! Time to trim the fat! Must you drag this out?
That's it. Okay. Liberating a region, factions may blockade certain key locations. You can liberate these areas by resolving local conflicts or defeating the occupying forces. Once freed, these locations offer new stories to experience and powerful benefits to aid your journey. Wow. यहाँ पे क्या है? अरे उनको लूटने नहीं मिला? Packaging trade goods. Trade goods must be packaged before they can be traded. Okay. Mallet. The mallet is used stripe protruding structure deep in. अच्छा ठीक है बाबा. आगे शायद झोपड़ी वोपड़ी बनाने काम आ जाए. Okay, foods. क्या है भाई खाने वहां पे कुछ तो था. Peace. एक ब्लू ग्रीन ग्लास वाटर. पहले चीजें उठा लो यार, बहुत सारी चीजें. एकॉन. स्पाइडर. पोटैटो. अच्छा, उसके अंदर क्या है? फ्लोर. फ्लावर. कितनी सारी चीज है भाई. इन्वेंट्री भी भरते आया हुआ है. भाई इसे कर क्या सकते हैं फिर? कर क्या सकते हैं फिर इसका? वो- क्लिफ. हेल्थ 300. कुछ था यहाँ पे ना? आई गेस पोटैटो. स्वीट पोटैटो. कैरी करके करूँ क्या? रखूँ कहाँ पे? Turn on. Okay, wool, and what else? I don't know what is that. Beans, arrow, barley. Okay. अंदर मेरे ख्याल से कर लिया था हमने यस. और क्या क्या है? टेक इट. गार्लिक, me, peace. Okay. Ogville. Gunpowder. Garlic और कुछ है भाई. Lubricant. It. क्या करेंगे lubricant? I don't know. और है क्या कुछ? Corn, cheese, for sure. Barley, coral mushroom, wool. On sword तो है ऑलरेडी बट तो करना क्या है? एक बार ठीक से मिल गया ना यार. आई मीन वन बाय वन प्रॉपर समझ में आने के बाद ना डेफिनेटली मजा आएगा. ऑपर. अच्छा, एरो. भाई यहीं पे ढेर सारी चीजें हैं. Okay. फायर एरो कैसे यूज करेंगे अब? फायर एरो कैसे यूज करेंगे? हम्म, ना मुन्ना